Madden NFL 23. And coming up, we'll see TJ Hawkinson. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Nighthawks and the Jets, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Oklahoma City Nighthawks and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for visiting Oklahoma City, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU and Zach Wilson.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early. Ready.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. There's a nice move. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Open man here is Conklin. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play calling right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
Now Wilson on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They are led out by their veteran quarterback hailing from Michigan State, and we like that. It's Kirk Cousins.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up second down. First carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Cousins now. Dumps it off to Mixon. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out. I think you give up a lot of momentum. Get down 2 scores. Could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
And some space here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Oklahoma City has the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. How do you do as he gets in there for the sack?
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. All eyes on Zach Wilson leading his team back out for this next drive. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st down, Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Hall on a give up the middle. A solid stiff arm. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Completes it to Davis. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. The Jets at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first two games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Back to the ground with Hall. He stiff arms him. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he's got a man, Corey Davis. Touchdown! Corey Davis from 21 yards away. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he fires one incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Cousins. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Leonard Fournette, 3 touchdown runs. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And you can see there is the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Jameis Winston. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brock Purdy has thrown a touchdown pass. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half, and they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked, and I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon God.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They go play action. Cousins. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that'll bring up second down. Mixon up the middle. And he's got room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school and one of my offensive line teammates.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 42. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
We're going to play a really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4. Those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Cousins. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
A first down throw for Cousins. And it's caught. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His second touchdown of the season. And the Nighthawks get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. New York ready to go again offensively. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll give to Hall. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And Davis has it over the middle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing is Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the kick. Defense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull the rabbit out of their hat. On play action, Cousins uses the stiff arm, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And touchdown.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Butker now to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Here we go.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Wilson. This one caught by Davis. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Here's the Jets punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
And he's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Cousins on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Left side complete to Lockett. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think, a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
First down, here's Cousins. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Now Cousins. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Hall again on 2nd down. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Wilson. Close one, but incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by a field goal. 43 seconds to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here, as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 36 yards on the play.
Ordinarily, when you're backed up this deep, most teams like to play it on the safe side, but not these guys. They took a big shot downfield and wound up hitting it for a big play. Back them into a corner, they come out swinging.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Cousins. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Credit Bryce Hall. He got in there to knock that pass away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cousins to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there. 52 yards. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Cousins, and this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Well, that is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We've called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down the stretch? Absolutely terrific. Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the focus shifts to the Jets, trailing by 4. A little over 20 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through all the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Jets are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. A couple more minutes and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Jets, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they suffer defeat for the first time as they drop to 2-1. And they will be at home next week to take on